So a couple of days ago, one of my friends asked me, "Hey, what do you think about generational wealth?" And I told him the truth. I said that I think a lot of people are understanding what it is, but I think they're missing one of the main parts that are actually very important for generational wealth. Now, most people know generational wealth, the money aspect of it. They understand you need to get a lot of money to actually make a good foundation for starting the process for generational wealth. Now, I believe that you don't necessarily have to get a lot of money, but one of the main and very important things that you need to do is actually educate your generation. Now, it's easy enough to see all the videos that tell you, hey, how to increase your 401k, how to, get a higher paying job, how to invest your money in stocks, portfolio, real estates. There are a vast amount of videos about that. But what I'm going to try and address and kind of the other side of the generational wealth is how are you educating the generation that's supposed to keep the wealth within the family? Now, most people I've seen a lot of videos about this, but most people have not mentioned this aspect of it. Like, this is not one of the main topics they talk about. They talk about, oh, I'm trying to make generational wealth, so I need to make as much money as possible. I actually believe that you don't necessarily need to start off with a huge sum. Not You don't need to have 1 million, 2 million for your kids to be able to use and invest in. No, you need to educate your kids on how to keep wealth and how to transfer it to the next generation and educate them how to keep the wealth and keep doing it. That's how most generational wealth stay within the family. So a lot of things occur. When you're starting it, you would want to consider, okay, am I doing this to make myself rich in the beginning and then pass on my wealth to my children, or am I focusing on making sure that they understand how to maintain money and actually, you know, keep it in the family? Now, one of the ways that I think people usually forget about is investing when their kids are kids. So, for instance, most people for kids, they'll probably get a savings account. Now, I'm not saying savings accounts are bad. Don't get me wrong. They are not bad in any form or any fashion. But what I'm saying is that for a child that has maybe just been born or pretty much lives under your roof, there is no need for them to actually have a savings account. Now, think about it. What exactly are they buying for themselves? You pay for their shelter, you pay for their food, you pay for their clothes, you pay for their school, you take them every single place they go. Literally, there is nothing a child pays for. So why do they have a savings account? It's not necessary. They don't even need a checking account, to be honest. What I would advise is the best route to take would be to create an investment account, maybe something with E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, somewhere where you can actually invest any funds that they receive from their uncles, aunts, grandpa, grandma. And that would be actually the best way to actually build the generational wealth. You're giving them a step ahead other people in the community. So, for instance, it's their birthday. Mom, dad gives them money. You take the money, you put it into an investment account. You buy a couple shares of some stock that you think is good. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a genius in how to invest in stocks, but I am saying that you should try to look at it in a way where you're looking to their future when they're, adults, when they turn 18, when they turn 21, 25, whichever age that, you feel that they're more responsible to be able to manage the money, and you transfer it over to them. Now, that's one good way of, creating that wealth. Another way, if you have the funds and you're able to maybe buy a property for your child. Now, if you're good at managing property, you can buy one property for the child, however much it is. You rent it out, you put it under the child's name. Now, of course, you'll be doing most of the management. Of course, the child doesn't know anything about rental unless he's a genius, but he doesn't really know much about rental property. So you would manage it until maybe they're 18, 21, whatever age you feel that they are responsible enough to actually take it on for themselves. Now, if you were to do it that way, you have to imagine in 18 years, you've been able to rent out that property, and not you, but somebody else has been able to pay it down, where you can now take a loan on that property and give that money either for a business the child might want to start, for schooling the child might want to go, for even traveling. But that already has given them one leg up ahead of all their peers. Now, that's how you put them in a better footing for their life. Now, other ways that you can do this, of course, to educate your children to increase your generation's wealth is literally talk to them and let them follow you or shadow you. So, for instance, if you pay bills, if you just simple things like paying bills, if you pay bills, bring your child in front of your computer or however you do it, you write a check, let them see you. Kids pick up things in a very different way. They pick up things so easily before you even realize that if they've actually looked at you and acknowledged, oh, okay, dad, mom does this. Maybe I should start doing this. They will start being interested in certain things that you do. So check to see what their interests are. You know, you have them see you pay bills, even when you're investing or buying maybe shares. You let them see, oh, you talk to them. You ask them, hey, what do you think about this company? What do you think about that? Just little things, even though you know already what you want to do, just talk to them. They'll be very happy to say, oh, is mom, dad asking for my opinion? Let's just be honest. We know you're not. But it's to give them the idea that you're interested to know what they talk about. I remember one day, one of my nephews, he actually came to me and said, hey, uncle, can I have money to buy Roblox? I wish I did more research because after that, in the stock market, Roblox blew up. It just skyrocketed because COVID occurred and a bunch of other things happened that people were staying home and using that system, which kids ask parents for what they want. Parents purchase what the kids want, just like a cycle. So I wish I actually paid attention a little bit more and actually invested in that part and maybe made a little bit more money. But sometimes kids, can see the future and know pretty much what might be popular later on. So I feel one thing that you should be pretty focused on, not just in making money. It's not just about, I made a ton of money, now I have generational wealth. Let's just be honest. If your kids do not appreciate or understand how to manage that money, you've made nothing. The wealth is just literally ending with you. As in, if the kid cannot manage the money past your grandkids, then the buck pretty much stops there. So one of the most important things you need to do, I feel, is educate your kids from small. They don't have to be, college educated. You don't have to wait till they're grown-ups. No, you start from little. You get piggy banks. You teach them how to, start businesses, how to save money for a purpose. You want to buy something? Okay, let's start saving money every month. Once you get to a certain period, then you can take the money out and purchase what you want to purchase. When you instill those little tricks in them over the 18 years that you hopefully will keep them under your house, then that's a higher chance of your generations, your kids, your kids' kids, your kids' kids' kids, and onward, that generational wealth will stay within the family. Now, after saying all that, if you don't think your kids can actually manage your wealth, you can just go the easy route. Just create a trust, hire a company to actually manage the wealth for them, and pretty much give them money like you're giving them an allowance. Now, that's a different way. But hopefully, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast and sign up for the next one. Thank you. Bye.